Hey guys, so we are back again with another reading, and we are going to see what doors are opening for you in your life. So, what situations that may seem shut off now are going to be opening up and shifting and changing for your life in your future. So, I'm really excited to get into all of it and see what Spirit has to say. And today we have a traditional pick a card selection, and we are just doing some oracle cards and crystals, and we're going to start from pile number 1. Then we have pile number 2, pile number 3, and pile number 4. And if you guys are missing the food readings, not to worry, we have a bunch on the way, and I'm really excited for them to arrive and for you guys to see all of them. Not sure when they're coming, but yeah, I'm really excited and I hope you guys are going to love them. But anyway, for today, if you guys need more time to decide, to make up your mind, feel free to rewind, pause, take as much time as you need to see which energy is really calling your name. But we're going to go ahead and jump into pile 1. Hey pile 1, so this is your reading. You guys picked 7 of Wands, Ace of Pentacles, 9 of Swords, 9 of Cups, Hanged Man, the Lovers, the Tower, and the 6 of Swords. And these are your 2 cards that you picked as your pick a card, Justice and Blessings. So I feel like you guys are going to be leaving something behind. It feels like a situation where you guys have felt stuck, and I feel like some of you guys have been being mistreated by people and really kind of having competitive, nasty, possibly jealous people around you. And I see, that this has been a really hard situation for some of you guys. You just may have been going through it a hard time with the 9 of Swords and the Tower. And I can see that you guys are going to be leaving this behind. I do feel like whatever kind of hardship this is going to first of all be repaid to you guys 10 times over 10. You guys are going to get the good karma that accumulates when we are mistreated. I know it stinks to have to go through the hard times to get to the good times, it's so unfair that sometimes that mistreatment does lead to a good destiny. It's like, can we just fast forward through that part and not have to be mistreated? But I do feel like there is an element of karma at play here. People that have been treating you badly, people that have been having it out for you or trying to bring you down. And I do feel like you guys are going to be moving out of this energy and leaving it behind. You may have felt stuck for a really long time, like there was nothing you could do and you're just in this energy and there's no way out, but that is not the case. And I do feel like you guys are going to have major blessings come in. 9 of Cups, possibly a love relationship, a deep soulmate relationship. And I feel like it's going to really change your perspective. You thought you were stuck, but you're going to realize how much power you really have. And this is actually going to be a really empowering event in your life where you come out of it just being renewed and being fully aware of how much power you carry, and that no one else gets to determine your destiny but you. And these people, try as they might, they cannot take you off course from your destiny. And I feel like you're going to come out of it with a really different perspective, whereas you thought you were stuck. And maybe this has to do with past life stuff, old karma that attached to you during another lifetime, where you feel like there's nothing you can do against evil people, or like you have to kind of play second fiddle to others. And you're going to come out of this so empowered and with a real sense of your own importance in life and how much power you have. I just feel like you guys are going to come out of it a lot stronger. Let's get more cards. So we got Spirit Guardian of Spring, Activation, Spirit Guardian of Summer, Expansion, and Spirit Guardian of Winter, Retreat. And I promise you guys, I did not select these like this. This is actually crazy that it came out 36, 37, 38, because this is a very well shuffled deck, and I didn't. Sometimes you put it back in order to cleanse it, but I didn't. So this is crazy that these cards came out like this. I literally have no explanation. And I feel like, that is showing you, though, the way they fell so neatly into place is showing you, because I believe actually when I shuffled, that came out last, but I somehow put the cards in wrong and now it came out 36, 37, 38. So that shows you that all of this is happening and guided by Spirit. It's a logical progression, right? It may seem random, or it may seem like, oh my God, this is out of my control. This is, just it's in someone else's hands. You guys have to realize that Spirit is letting this stuff happen for a reason. And once you come out of it, it's going to be for your blessings. I do feel like there is a retreat that you guys are going to go in. And by that, I mean like retreating from certain people or cutting certain things out of your life, maybe quitting a toxic workplace. It may feel like a loss initially. It may feel like, oh my God, it just got worse. This is supposed to improve and it's getting bad, and now it's even worse than it was before. But that's what happens initially, because again, I pulled that out first, but I love how Spirit like lined them up exactly. But I do feel like that retreat is going to happen initially. You guys are going to have a kind of temporary end to a situation, a loss. It may feel like a loss. It may feel like you took a major L, like, oh my God, these people really got me good. I can't believe it. It's so unfair. But that's the activation moment. And then we have our expansion come in. Then we have the blessings and the energy of summer, which is when everything is in bloom. So initially this came out like this, then that. But so, you know, obviously, even though these are lined up this way, we have winter coming. Winter comes before spring, then summer, right? So it's a process. And I feel like, you know, we have to go through that period when everything is cold and barren and there's nothing blooming and all the trees are dead. I personally love seasons. I absolutely love them. And, you know, I've lived in places that are really warm year round. And obviously there's a lot of benefits and perks to that as well. But I will say that that summertime you get when the trees are just so in bloom and there's flowers and there's just incredible greenery and everything is overgrown and you can just smell, like it smells like green. You know, I don't know if anyone's lived in this place, they might know this kind of place, they might know what I'm talking about. I just grew up in a place that was very verdant and had like a lot of seasons. And it's like that smell in the summertime and the spring of just like earth in bloom and green and leaves. It's so incredible. It's my favorite kind of time of the year. And you don't get that unless you go through the winter, right? I've lived in places that are temperate and warm year round, and that's great. And it's a lot easier, but you don't get that explosion of green, that explosion of growth unless you go through the winter, unless you go through that dead period where everything looks like it's done. Like, oh my gosh, if you were an alien who came down during that time, you would probably think like, this is the worst planet ever. Like there's nothing growing, everything's dead. Wow, this place stinks. And you would have no way of knowing that it's going to explode and bloom in just a few months' time. So it's like, know that if you guys have an ending to this situation, I do feel like it's called for. I do feel like this is something that needs to end, something there where there's dysfunction, something where it's not really working out right. It's not really aligned with you. And I feel like you guys will know intuitively what this is, because I do feel like it's weighing on you guys with the Nine of Swords. I don't feel like it's a situation that's dysfunctional, but you're not really affected, or it's dysfunctional, but it's kind of okay. Like, no, this is something you kind of actively want to end. Maybe there's a fear of it ending, and maybe when it does end, there's going to be that moment of like, oh my God, or they really did me dirty, or like, I can't believe this, it's getting worse. But this is like a temporary thing that needs to be out of your life, and it's going to be out of your life. And then we have the room for expansion, and then we have the room for growth. So I think this is ultimately so positive. I feel like this is something you guys want to end. You just might not project it to end this way. And maybe this is something some of you guys are already going through. Maybe you were fired from a job, or maybe you lost a relationship, or maybe, you know, someone stabbed you in the back. But it seems like this is just such a positive blessing, and you guys need to know that this period, like I love that on this card. I don't know if you guys can see, if I can pick it up. There's like a little maypole, which I think they do in certain European cultures. I don't know too much, but I know they have the maypole in European cultures where they take these ribbons and then they run them around the little maypole, like I guess in this card, they're doing it around a tree, and it's like an ancient kind of welcoming spring ceremony, which I love. I think that's so cool. And so I feel like it's like you don't get to have that celebration period of welcoming in the spring because it gets cold in Northern Europe, in the places where they do these celebrations, right? It's not warm year round. It's not like a tropical climate where everyone's chilling and, there's lots of fruit to eat year round. It's cold. There's seasons where, there's not much to eat, and where you have to go into your kind of like food storage and you have to plan in advance, and there's nothing going on and it's freezing. And those are the cultures that celebrate spring the most because they're so grateful for it. They have some of the most beautiful too, like I said, there's places around the world that have that really intense winter, and that's when it blooms into the most incredible colors and green, and the trees are just blossoming. And I feel like that's going to be you guys are going to look back on this period later and be like, I'm so glad that I lost that. I'm so glad that exited out of my life, because now I'm here, and here is amazing, and I would not change this for the world. So I really feel like once that happens, then we can move into summer, which is when everything's in bloom and there's lots to eat and there's so much amazing stuff and everything is just so joyful. So don't be afraid of this winter. Don't be afraid of this temporary retreat and temporary loss that may seem like a loss but is a blessing in disguise. So we got first quarter moon in Aries, step into your power, and full moon in Gemini, embrace the flow of life. I love this card. Full moon in Gemini, and Gemini is a very changeable sign. They're the twins, so they have kind of two sides, two aspects, and it's like that is so true for life, because that's one thing the Wheel of Fortune card talks about as well, is that the Wheel of Fortune is always spinning, and so there's always good and bad aspects to everything. And when you're on the bottom, you'll be on the top. It's just like a Ferris wheel. When you're on the bottom of the Ferris wheel, you can't see anything. You're kind of like, oh, why am I on this ride? I'm like 10 feet away from these people waiting in line. I don't see much more than they do, and it's kind of awkward. They're all staring at me. But once you get to the top, that's when you have that view of like everything. I love the Ferris wheel at the Santa Monica Pier in LA, and you just see out over the ocean, and it's the most incredible view, and you can see, the beach and what everyone's doing, and you can just see so far around, and it's like this incredible special view that no one else really gets to have because you're out over the water on the pier. So like I feel like that's gonna be you guys, and right now you may feel like you're at the bottom and you may feel like nothing's happening, but this is a part of life. Life moves in cycles. And so that's something that can be uplifting. When you are at the bottom, you know that the only way to go is up. And, when you're having a bad day, know that the only other option is for the next day to be freaking awesome. So that's a good thing, right? So try to be positive and move into that positive energy of expecting the best, because that can really speed up the process and make this run a lot more smoothly. Our mindset controls so much more than we realize. And that's kind of what first quarter moon in Aries is talking about. Step into your power. Realize that you guys are empowered in this situation. I do feel like there are some of you guys that are holding back things you want to say. You're surrounded by people that are competitive or jealous of you, or just see the worst in you, which I think is one of the worst things you can do to someone, is just expect the worst. They say, oh, I like cupcakes, and you say like, oh, really? That's kind of childish. Oh, you like cupcakes? Oh, well, those are kind of fattening. It's really unhealthy. And, and the person's just trying to be like nice, positive. My point is with the you like cupcakes thing, because I guess they can be unhealthy or whatever, but people can see the negative in literally anything. You could say you like flowers, and someone could be like, how dare you say you like flowers? Flowers are an endangered, we need to keep the flowers alive. Are you going around picking flowers? That's disgusting. You should be ashamed of yourself. You know what I mean? So it's like, that's why it's so important to surround yourself with positive people that see the best in you. And don't let people who may be negative, of course, there's times we all need feedback or we need to adjust things in our life. But when you're surrounded by someone that is dead set on seeing negative in you, in seeing your bad side, in assuming the worst about you, and assuming you have bad intentions, or trying to make you look bad in front of others, or trying to make you feel bad about yourself deep down in your spirit, that's a big red flag, and it's not fixable or changeable. That speaks to a kind of deep jealousy or just a deep negativity that that person has that they're going to have to deal with. And again, we got karma coming through. So that's some karmic stuff that they will have to take care of with spirit. But it's better, the earlier you can get away from someone like that, the better, because like I said, they're not going to change and improve. And I feel like for some of you guys, you've been holding yourself back to fit in with some negative people around you that always have something negative to say about you. They always see the worst. They always roll their eyes at you like, oh gosh, oh, well, of course you'd say something like that. Well, anyway, like, you know, they're just negative people. And I feel like for some of you guys, this is about stepping into an empowered energy where you can say whatever the heck you like, and you're going to be surrounded with people that try to see the best in you. Of course, like I said, we all sometimes make mistakes or need adjustments, or we, you know, need someone in our life once in a while to tell us like, hey, I think you made a misstep. If you're out of alignment and doing, you know, things that are kind of mean or whatever, of course you need to like take a look at that and readjust. But there's a lot of people that are just surrounded by people that actively are trying to see the worst, actively are trying to misinterpret what they do, say, and act, and put a negative spin on it. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is about not really tolerating this anymore and moving into an energy of empowerment where you can feel like your best self. And if someone wants to think something negative, then fine, let them, but they're not going to be around in your life and you're not going to tolerate it. So yeah, I feel like there's empowerment coming through so strong, and sometimes we got to go through the tough stuff to be empowered. Just like if you want to become a Marine, you got to go through boot camp. You know, this is a learning opportunity for you guys. So we also got Ace of Wands, Seven of Wands, Five of Cups, and 10 of Wands. So a lot of wand fire energy coming through for you guys. So 7 of Wands literally says on the card, stand up for yourself and your beliefs, have confidence, challenge those in power, but also choose your battles wisely. So yeah, for you guys, this is about you guys standing up for yourself. And we got the same card. So this is a really strong emphasis for you on standing up for yourself and on that people, you know, they may be coming for you. And I feel like there is jealousy here. There is people trying to bring you down and people seeing the worst in you or being very competitive with you in your sphere. And I feel like some of you guys need to hear that it's not your fault and stop trying to people please them. That message just, you know, I just heard it in my mind. Stop trying to people please them. Stop trying to appease them. They probably don't like you. They're never going to like you. And oh well, right? Like, it's not your job to make them like you. And whatever darkness they may have inside, that's on God to work out, not you. You're not powerful enough to change it. Only God can do that. So it's like, maybe it's time to, you know, leave this behind and just move on to the next. Because I do feel like with the 10 of Wands, it may be weighing on you and it may be something that is difficult for you guys to deal with. But with the Ace of Wands and the Five of Cups, I do feel like this is going to come out super positive. It may seem negative at first with the Five of Cups. It may seem like, oh, I just took a loss. I can't believe I wasted all this time on this situation and I can't believe like I'm just leaving with nothing. But Ace of Wands reassures us that it's going to be so successful and victorious, and this is going to be amazing, and you're going to be breaking out of this with a lot of powerful energy with so much fire coming through. You guys are going to, I feel like, have a burst of energy that just kind of ricochets you out of it. You know, it just bursts through. I can see someone bursting up through the water, like just, you know, kind of like if you've seen a dolphin or a whale bursting out of the water and there's so much water that gets sprayed up, you know, like if you're on a whale watching boat and you see a whale jump out of the water, you know, the people will get drenched in water because that's how much force they have. That's how much strength they have to lift out of, you know, the tons of water that are over them and are attached to their bodies. And they, you know, but they do it with such force and such strength that they break out. And I feel like that's what you guys are doing. You guys are breaking really long-standing patterns and coming into a period of abundance and success and blessings. But we got to leave out of the barren landscape to get into the blessings, right? We can't expect things to bloom in like a desert. We can't expect to like plant an orchard in a desert. So we got to move on to greener pastures. I keep getting this emphasis on like different climates and like getting into a place where, And it's funny because the desert is, like I said, warm year round. And I mean, I love going to the desert for spiritual healing, and for spiritual like messages and stuff. There's something super powerful about the desert. So I'm not trying to come for the desert or attack the desert, but I just feel like it's like we get the most bloom, we get the most growth out of periods where there is that winter and fall and, maybe a chilly spring as well. And then the bloom of summer comes. And that's the places where you can build a orchard and grow a lot of crops and grow a lot of plants. And I feel like you guys are moving towards that and beginning to accept that sometimes things do go bad, and when that happens, it's a major key kind of perspective when you can take it as like, okay, this is a blessing for me. This isn't a loss. This is a temporary setback. And now I'm going to be blessed triple, double, over 10. I'm going to have so many blessings coming in because I went through this period. Recognizing that, just like in the seasons, winter only lasts like 3 months, right? And then, there's spring and, first there may be fall and there may be a 6-month period where you're like, oh my God, everything's going so bad. It's so cold outside. But just like you wouldn't flip out in the middle of winter and think like, we're never having spring again. This is it. It's over. We're never going to have green again. That summer's coming, and adapting that mentality into your life so that when the winter comes, you don't freak out. You recognize it as a time to take a break, time to maybe, trust. That's when you trust spirit and know that like, okay, I'm going to be taken out of this. So yeah. And then final cards we got are there's something better. If you believe, and be assertive. So I feel like this really is about you guys finding your voice. And we did also get that Gemini card, which is ruled by Mercury. And so Mercury is all about having a voice. And Aries, which is such a powerful and also more fire energy. Wow, so much fire energy here. So I feel like this is about you guys speaking up for yourself. I feel like there are people in your life that you've kind of had to quiet yourself down for and had to limit yourself, tamp yourself down, step out of your power in order to deal with them. You've had to kind of swallow your tongue and, be quiet and not be in your full power, because I feel like these people are threatened by you when you're in your full power. They don't like it. They don't want to see you glowed up and happy and joyful. They want to see you as kind of like a shell of yourself, like meek and just being like, oh, okay, I'll accept whatever. Oh, I know I'm not that great. And I feel like your guides are just sick and tired of it. So they're putting an end to it. So stay positive and keep going towards the thing you asked for, and trust them, because that belief means everything to them. And when we trust and hand it over to spirit, that's when spirit can really come into our life and transform everything for you guys. I do feel like this is such a positive change, and like there's something better. You guys are going to be so much happier at the final outcome you get out of this than where you are right now. You guys are going to be so relieved by this change. It's going to come across as such a blessing and something that makes you guys so happy and joyful. I feel like you guys are just going to come out of this such a better version of yourself, so much stronger. I'm seeing someone with like huge muscles on the spiritual plane, like Arnold Schwarzenegger, like in the 70s when he was like super ripped. Like that is going to be you guys after going through this spiritual period. So welcome in those blessings, expect those blessings to speed up that process so that they can bring them in earlier, because when we hand things over to spirit, that's when spirit takes over. It's not when we're trying to handle it ourselves. So trust that all these setbacks that may seem like setbacks are really for your advancement, are really for your growth, and really a good thing, because I see this ending so positively. And one of your cards you picked of the top deck was blessings, and that's what you guys are going to get. So let's spin the Astro Dice and see if it has any final messages for pile 1. So we got Taurus, we got the Node, and we got the 3rd house of communication, aka ruled by Gemini and Mercury. So I feel like, again, there's this emphasis about you guys speaking up for yourselves and really saying what's on your mind and really being able to speak your mind, because I just feel like right now your throat chakra is being blocked and you're not able to say what you want. I actually posted something on my Instagram a little while ago about like, you're mistaking me for someone with a blocked throat chakra, which is kind of a spiritual joke saying like, I will speak up for myself actually. And it's like, I feel like that's what you guys need to be, in this space where you can speak up for yourself, because currently you really can't. And I really see this situation ending so that you can speak up for yourself. I think that's something you guys are learning during this period, because I do feel like sometimes you guys hold yourselves back. So the node is all about destiny. This is a destiny moment. This is something that is supposed to happen. It's going to be so beautiful, so wonderful. And this is going to be something that was anointed and probably written in your life path. So you're supposed to learn these lessons. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be nervous. Know that this is a blessing. Every lesson is a blessing. And I feel like, again, there's so much goodness happening out of this. Taurus is ruled by Venus, aka luxury and love and all the good things in life. And it also relates to the second house, which relates to money. So I do feel like you guys are going to come out of this so positively, with so many blessings, mostly financial, abundant, and I just feel like overall lifestyle as well, possibly love too, since we have Venus in there. But I feel like your lifestyle is just better. You guys are able to enjoy your life because you're not dealing with these toxic people. You're going to come out of this with like a career or a life where you can stand in your truth and speak up for yourself and be surrounded by people that want the best in you. So overall, your life is just going to be a lot easier after this. You're not going to be in an uncomfortable situation that drains you. So I think that's all the messages I have for you guys, pile one. So let me know if it resonates in the comments. I love hearing your thoughts, your stories, everything, you guys. Let me know. And also make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you guys want to see more of my readings, you can check out my Patreon, link in my bio. And I will be back very soon for another reading. So make sure you're subscribed over here. But I will see you guys in the next reading. Sending you guys so much love and light. Take care, you guys. Bye. Hey pile two, so you guys picked helpful people and trust for your pick a card, and I'll just read this top row to start with. Page of Cups, Three of Swords, Three of Wands, and Five of Swords. So I can see with the Three of Swords, the Five of Swords, and the Seven of Swords down here that you guys have been going through it with some people, I feel like, who have been dishonest. Some of you guys have been stuck in situations where it felt like people were coming against you. People were dishonest, people that didn't want to see you succeed and really have been trying to bring you down and really had, I feel, your worst interest in mind. Like they wanted to see you fail. And I feel like these people were very dishonest, and a lot of them were very unscrupulous and very toxic type of people. And I honestly feel like even though you guys, some of you guys have moved out of it, it's caused you a lot of pain with the Three of Swords. This has been a very draining period for you guys of kind of like, wow, I can't believe these people would do me like that. I can't believe they wanted to bring me down like that. And so the good news is I feel like you guys are going to have some beautiful new people come into your life, and also that you guys are going to be blessed because of these people. I'm hearing that a lot of these people tried to bring you down because they saw the light in you, because they saw your potential and how amazing you guys are. A lot of you guys in this pile have a very strong and important destiny. You guys are supposed to accomplish something very strong. And I feel like some of these people were brought into your life on purpose to teach you guys deep lessons and to strengthen you and to build you. Just like a diamond only becomes shaped by, it starts out with coal and it has to be buried under the earth under immense pressure in order to become a diamond. That was you guys. You guys were put in this situation to strengthen you, to build you, and to give you guys a super important perspective that I feel like you guys will be sharing with the world, because I find that the people who have been through the most often are the ones that are kind of anointed to become leaders or to spread a message, because you really can't spread a message to someone who's going through it unless you've been through it yourself. So a lot of times when someone is going through a lot of hard stuff, that's because they're supposed to serve as an inspiration to others. They're supposed to be this kind of beacon of light of like, well, if they can go through that, maybe I can come out of this okay too. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, one thing that's coming in really strong with the Knight of Cups and helpful people, I feel like, as well as the Page of Cups, you guys are going to be surrounded by some really amazing people. You are going to have supporters brought into your life. Some of you guys may have felt the need to retreat into hermit mode for a while because you've had this fear of you guys have been hurt a lot by people who have really, like I said, they did have it out for you. They did have your worst intentions in mind. They didn't want to see you succeed. This was not in your head like, oh, you're being paranoid and you're looking too much into it. No, they really did want to see you guys be brought down. But you guys are going to shift into a new energy. And I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is something you guys have been working on and manifesting for a long time. I do see you guys leaving this relationship behind. I felt the urge to pull more cards because usually I would just do these 8, but I pulled these additional 3, which was the 8 of Pentacles, Magician, and 8 of Cups. I feel like your blessings are going to be contingent upon you leaving this behind. For a lot of you guys, this is about a new start with the Fool. This is about you guys planning, 3 of Wands, and stepping into a new destiny, not accepting the status quo. So that may have already happened for some of you, or it may be in the future. You may be like, you know what, I'm getting fed up with these people. And if you're moving into that energy, take that as a sign that the blessings are going to shift and change soon. I feel like very important, a part of you guys having these blessings come in is trusting Spirit. Spirit wants you guys to keep your vibe high and keep your energy positive. Don't lose sight of the end goal, because I feel like you guys are my master manifestors, which I always give the warning that we manifest unconsciously as well as consciously. So if you're thinking positive thoughts for 3% of the day when you kind of think about what you want to manifest, it's still good, but what about the other 97%? What about when you guys are feeling down and dejected? So this person may be treating you badly, and maybe they're not as spiritually conscious of this, but unconsciously they are trying to bring down your vibration so you can't manifest. Because I feel like a lot of you guys have a very strong destiny that you guys are supposed to fulfill. They don't want you to fulfill that, so they're kind of like unconsciously thinking like, I'm just really going to upset them today because I just want to see them out of alignment. I don't want to see them aligned. I don't want to see them stepping towards their destiny. So we're just going to throw a cog in the wheel, and we're just going to kind of throw a wrench in it and start messing it up for them, messing up their mood. So be very aware of this and do things to realign yourself with your high vibrational energy, whether that's putting on a song that's uplifting and upbeat, or watching a TV show that really is like comfort food. You know what I mean? Like, of course, we watch shows that are very deep and they can be kind of dark and intellectual or whatever, and that's totally cool. I love those kinds of shows, but sometimes there is a place for watching things that just make us laugh and smile and put us in a high vibe. And I think that if you guys are still in this situation, there's a call from Spirit to make sure you guys are staying positive. I also feel like a big part of this is trusting in Spirit, calling upon your guides for help, asking them to help you, and trusting that they will bring you out of that, because I do feel like a lot of this is timing. A lot of this is aligning you guys with the right time. And then I feel like these amazing people are going to come into your life that see the best in you, that want to support you, and your manifestations are going to happen. So other cards we got are remain positive, not the right time, and be assertive. So like I said, there's timing as part of this. This is being aligned so it will happen at the right time and place for you. This is supposed to happen. There's timing going on behind the scenes. There's things being lined up behind the scenes for you guys. So you may feel a lot of impatience, like, why hasn't it happened? I've done everything right. Where is it? And you know what? I think that it is going to happen at the right time and the right place. And it may not be right now or in the past, or you might be getting impatient. But that's where Spirit really wants you guys to trust with this situation and stay positive. And I'm not saying just stay positive because that's just good and nothing's going to happen or change, but just stay positive about it. Like, I would never say that. Of course, we want to end negative situations in our life, and that's a good thing to kind of get fed up. But we also want to stay positive, being trusting, telling your guides and Spirit, like, I know you're going to take me to this right place. I know you guys are protecting me. I know you guys are opening the right doors at the right time, It's kind of like in a movie, I'm seeing the image of like, how like there'll be, I don't know, like Scooby-Doo or something. This used to happen, I feel like, all the time in Scooby-Doo, and I used to watch it like after school when I was a kid all the time. So I feel like a lot of those metaphors come up in my readings from Scooby-Doo, but like where they would be being chased by a monster, and there would be like a hidden trapdoor or something. And they would be cornered by the monster, and they're running, and it's like usually Scooby and Shaggy, and they're running, and they're like, oh my God, a dead end. And then right at that moment, the trapdoor opens, and then they fall through it, right? This happens so much in Scooby-Doo. And then it closes back up and the monster's like, where did they go? And the monster can't find them. And it's like, the thing is they needed that moment of panic when they're running into the dead end and the empty corridor where they don't see anything, and they're like, oh my God, it's the end of the hall, there's nowhere to go. Because if they, if the monster could see where they had gone, if it had just been like an open door, the monster would have just followed them in there like they had been before, right? So sometimes there's timing at present, right? Like sometimes you may feel like, oh my God, nothing's gonna happen. This door is not opening. I'm stuck. There's nowhere else for me to go. And that's usually when the door opens. That's usually when the magic happens. Because it has to be timed correctly. And there's reasons and factors that we don't always understand on this earthly plane with our earthly consciousness, that are spiritual factors at play on the other side. A lot of times I find too, when someone is surrounded by shady people, which I do think is the case for y'all, that those people, it's better to clear them out early. Like it's better to remove them when the person is broke and has nothing, rather than to clear them out 5 years into them having a lot of wealth. And that's usually when we see what happens with like wealthy celebrities or something, is like, they'll end up suing like a childhood friend because the childhood friend stole money from them or something. And it's like, it may not have seemed that way at the time, but it would have been such a blessing for them if that childhood friend had been cleared out of their life early on. If that childhood friend had been cleared out of their life when they were broke. But instead, they kept that relationship going, which may have seemed easier and better at the time. And then they had to deal with the fallout when the person stole $1 million. So you know what I'm saying? Like, I feel like a temporary loss of people, or temporarily feeling alone, or temporarily feeling like this is really not working out, or this person really did me bad, or why don't I have good relationships in my life, or why haven't I had new friendships? Sometimes that's because you're being aligned for something better. The timing is being perfected, things are being cleared, relationships are being ended, and maybe you do have to be alone in that moment, but then you're going to have the room and the space in your life for the new stuff. So I feel like for some of you guys, you're in relationships with people where you really can't speak up, you can't speak your mind, you have to kind of filter yourself down and not speak honestly, because some of these people, they don't want you to be honest. They don't want you to be fully in your power. And so for some of you guys, this is about moving into a space of being assertive and saying how you feel. And I feel like you're going to be surrounded with people that you can speak up to, that you can really speak through your heart to, that they are not going to see the worst in you or try to bring you down. Knight of Cups, Page of Cups. These are people who are going to be empathetic. They're going to be loving. They're going to be kind. I feel like they're going to be in your age group, and I feel like there's just a lot of power coming through with this new life you guys are manifesting overall. But some stuff has got to be left in the past, especially toxic friends. So we also got toadstools, growth, maple spirit, generosity, unicorn, purity. I feel like you guys have kept your purity about you, and I feel like that's something your guides are coming in to say really loud, is that you guys are very pure souls. You guys have kept your kind, loving, almost like childlike heart, your childlike innocence. And I feel like that's one of the reasons you guys are going to be rewarded, because Spirit wants to put more people, because children are so pure in such a beautiful way. They generally, they're not, most kids are not like scheming. They are wanting the best for people. They are filled with joy and love. And I feel like that's what you guys are giving off a vibe of, and Spirit wants to elevate people like that into positions of authority so they can spread that joy and that happiness with the world, because we need it. There's a lot of low vibrational things happening in this world right now, and so we need positive people to raise the collective vibration, to bring positivity and joy and happiness, because it's, there's so many factors working against that, and it's such a powerful thing to bring a smile to someone's face and make them feel good in the moment and uplift them. That has so much power. It has so much power on the spiritual realm. So I feel like that's what you guys one of the reasons you guys are going to be elevated into a position. I feel like some of you guys are going to have also generous people around you. They might even financially help you out. If you guys are trying to start a business or trying to start something financially, or in some kind of a industry where you need visibility or something, I feel like you're going to have people that are like, you know what, I just really want to help this person out. I really want to, like feature their product in my store, or I really want to like give them a shout out on social media, or I really want to, I want to feature them somehow, like powerful people that are going to want to, or maybe buy your product. Maybe you have a product and someone is like, you know what, can I buy 500 of that? And you're like, oh my God, like I never thought I would sell 500 in my first year. But I feel like there's going to be people that come in that are like benefactor energy. Like they want to see you do well. They want to see you succeed. They have pure hearts. And it's going to be such a contrast from the people you were around who just wanted to bring you down and just wanted to see you fail and just had no well wishes for you guys. They just wanted to see you kind of suffer. And so it's almost like you've gotten used to that. You've become in that energy of kind of being like, well, I'm just going to be around people that they don't want the best in me. I can't trust people. And I feel like you guys are going to be blown away by the connections and by the places and the people that Spirit brings to you guys. It's going to be such a blessing, and you guys are going to come out of this with like favor. You know what I mean? People that are powerful or have some money or something that really want to help you and see you succeed. And also there's a lot of spiritual growth happening here. You guys are learning, you guys are growing, you guys are just, these setbacks you guys have right now are setting you up to be so strong on the spiritual plane and also have so much more maturity. So we also got full moon in Pisces, forgive, and new moon in Leo, shine. So this is about you guys stepping into this Leo energy, because I do feel like for some of you guys, these people, again, they didn't want to see you shining. They didn't want to see you succeed. They wanted you to be low vibration. They are intimidated by your power, your strength, your beautiful, shining, bright light energy. They didn't want to see you glowed up. They didn't want to see you powerful. And that is why Spirit's removing them, because when we have people like that get angry or annoyed or irritated when we're shining brightly, it can really seep down into our consciousness. And we might be like wanting to, we might let that get in our head. Like, oh, I want to post this selfie, but this person always makes fun of me when I post selfies. I guess it's kind of dumb. Yeah, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I'm not that cute. They said my hair looked bad in the last photo, and maybe they're right. My hair was kind of messy that day, and I don't know, I hate my nose, and yeah, then my nose looked bad. They always make fun of my nose too. Like, there's people like that can just bring so much negativity to us, and we don't even realize how damaging it is until we move out of that energy. And so I feel like for you guys, this is about you guys wanting to shine and feeling empowered to shine, because when we have those people bringing us down and making us second guess ourselves and getting in our head and making us feel insecure, then we hold ourselves back, right? We don't want to put ourselves out there. We don't want to be subjecting ourselves to criticism. But anytime you put yourself out there, you're subjecting yourself to criticism. And most of the time, the right people, they're going to see you and love what you're doing. They're going to be like so impressed. And so I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is about you being surrounded by supportive people and just you taking on an attitude of like, I'm not holding myself back for you. No, I'm going to glow up. I'm going to be on point. I love myself. And if you're triggered by that, that's on you. I look amazing. I feel amazing. I'm happy. I'm joyful. I'm manifesting. I'm a master manifester. And just feeling so positive. And that's going to have a ripple effect in your life, because this positivity you guys are blessed with is a gift that I do think Spirit wants you guys to share it with the world. So that's why they're annoyed at these people trying to bring you down and keep you out of this positivity. Full moon in Pisces, forgive. I have a different interpretation. Some spiritual people, they're like, forgive the person and keep them in your life and see the best in them. I have a little bit of a different perspective. I think certain people need to be removed from our life, pruned, kind of like when there's a tree that has a rotten branch or something, and you just clip it off and remove it, and then I think the tree gets healthier. So I think it's more about removing certain people from your life if they really don't have your best intentions at heart. So I wouldn't take this as like, hey, go back to these people and see the best in them. Of course, that will be up to you guys. You have to make those decisions, and it's your life, your decision. So I fully respect whatever choice you make. But I do feel like it's like learning not to carry around bitterness. And that is another thing that negative people can bring to us, is the bitterness, the angry energy of like, why was I so mistreated? And being so angry about it and letting it seep down into our soul, that negativity. That's what they want for us. And just blotting it out and knowing that God will take care of it, and God has karma, and keeps a list and keeps track of all the negative actions people do, and they will get their comeuppance. So it's not on you to try to figure out how that's going to happen. It's on you to be as joyful, happy, ecstatic as possible, and let that radiate through your life and step into happy energy. And so I feel like for you guys, I'm not saying forgive these people, but I'm saying don't carry around bitterness, because you deserve better. You are destined and supposed to be happy, joyful, full of love and life and ecstatic energy and, exultant, resilient, beautiful energy. And so I feel like that's what's going to happen for you guys. You're going to step into that more. So we also got a bunch of cards: forgiveness again, dreams, trust, fertility, and healing. So we don't need to go over forgiveness again, because we already covered that. I just think it's about, discarding the bitterness, stepping towards the joy. But for a lot of you guys, I do feel like this is super strong healing energy. I feel like a lot of you guys have been through it with these people, and it's taken a toll on your heart. It's been hard for you I feel like some of these people, they only saw the negative in you. They wanted to see the bad in you. They wanted to make you question yourself. They wanted to make you feel bad. They wanted to bring down your self-esteem. And it's so important that we just block that out of our life and say, no, you can think bad about me. You don't have to like me, because I love me and I love myself, and you're allowed to have your opinion. But you know what they say about opinions? Everyone has one. And so it's like, it doesn't really matter. Someone can have their opinion, and fine, that's their lane. They can do what they want, but you're in your lane, right? And you're supposed to be the most glowed up version of yourself, of the little star you are, the star in the sky that then incarnated on this earth, and the special spiritual soul and being that you are. So if someone doesn't appreciate it or like it, fine, maybe it's not for them, Like Dita Von T said, you could be the ripest, juiciest peach in the world, and not everyone likes peaches. Or as I always like to say, not everyone likes caviar, right? So not everyone's gonna get it. There's always polarizing things, and that's okay, because all my favorite things are kind of polarizing. I love certain things that I know other people don't like, I don't know, some obscure, I'm not like some obscure movie that other people are like, why is that your fave? Or, some band that I listen to that not everyone likes. And it's it's totally cool because I like it. That's all that matters. And there's going to be people that see the best in you and want to see you succeed and see the beauty in you. So it's staying positively focused on that and not stepping out of alignment with yourself, staying in alignment with your highest version of yourself is so great. And I do feel like you guys are going to come out of this with some of your dreams fulfilled. And with fertility, some of you guys, I really feel like with Knight of Cups and then fertility, you might be manifesting a beautiful new love relationship, a new romance that is going to just sweep you off your feet and be so beautiful. And for others of you, I feel like with the fertility card, that shows that we are capable of, it's kind of like a spiritual pregnancy, like when we have a project and we give birth to it and, we hold it in our stomach, building it, working on this project and, behind the scenes, and then it's ready to give birth, it's ready to enter the world. And when we're fertile like that, in terms of a spiritual sense, I feel like it can be just capable of bringing so many things to life, capable of bringing anything into this world that we choose to set our minds to. So I feel like you guys are going to come out of this really on point with your manifesting abilities and just being able to bring in so many projects that are going to improve so many people's lives, and that it's almost like the world is going to be your oyster. Nothing is going to be off limits because you guys are building super strong manifesting abilities. And a lot of you guys have been faced with such darkness that you have had to develop this really intense light energy as a result of it. You have been faced with such meanness and cruelty that you have had to develop the most strong backbone of being so kind to others and so sweet and so loving and nice. And because of that, your spiritual strength on the other side is way strengthened. It's so much more intense than maybe someone else's who hasn't had to face the same trials as you. Those trials were lessons. And I feel like by the time you come out of this, we're getting master manifester energy, we're getting magician energy. So you guys are going to be so just full of energy, able to manifest whatever you want. And it's like I keep hearing, the world is your oyster. Another thing people don't like, and I love oysters, but a lot of people hate them. So and oysters, an expensive food. A lot of times the expensive kind of bougie foods, not everyone gets. But the right people get them, and the right people are willing to pay a lot of money for them. So you know what I mean? Just know that, you guys are, maybe to some people, like what's coming to mind is that phrase, I'm an acquired taste. If you don't like me, acquire some taste. So it's like, maybe not everyone gets you, but I feel like it's because some people are triggered by your light, and what a bright light this pile is. I really can't say that enough. You guys have this exultant, beautiful energy to you, like the sun. And it's just so, and you guys did get Leo, right? Yeah, like the sun. You guys are shining so bright. I love this pile, and I know that is why some people have reacted to you so negatively, is you've triggered the darkness in them. But what's coming in is the right people who can open doors for you, who can put you in alignment with your path, with your destiny, with abundance in a beautiful way, that just see the best in you and love that light in you. And instead of reacting negatively, they're like, yes, this is exactly what I wanted. I love this person. I love their energy. They're so beautiful. They're so bright. And they want to see you shine and succeed. So I hope that resonated, pile 2. I think that's all the messages I have for you guys. Let me know in the comments if it resonated. I love hearing your stories, your thoughts, and also make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And make sure to subscribe as well. Also, if you want to see more videos of mine, you can check out my Patreon. A link is in my bio, and I post more videos over there. But I am sending you guys so much love and light. I hope you all have an amazing day. Keep smiling, you guys. Again, you're such a bright light. So I will see you in the next reading. Take care, guys. Bye. Hey, pile 3. So you guys picked the King of Pentacles, Strength, High Priestess, the Moon, Two of Swords, and Page of Swords. And for your pick a card, you guys got Patience, Community, and Wonders. So I feel like a lot of you guys are kind of involved in psychic work with the High Priestess and the Moon coming through, and you guys have been trying to manifest something for a while. Maybe it hasn't been coming in the way you thought it would, but I do see you guys manifesting a lot of money, as well as possibly a romantic relationship. So I feel like this is something that, yeah, it may have been something you've been working on and you just haven't seen progress. And it may have felt like, what's happening? What's going on? Why isn't this moving forward? I feel like with the Two of Swords, you have felt, kind of like you can't see what's going on. You can't see the progress, and it's been frustrating. It's been difficult feeling like, why am I doing everything right, but it's not moving forward in the right way? And I feel like there's a lot of timing associated with this, and something that really wants to come in and a door that will open is a romantic relationship. I feel like for a lot of you guys, you honestly do want love in your heart. You do want that soulmate connection with someone who really understands you. And I do feel like it is going to happen in the right timing. But I almost am getting a message from Spirit that some of y'all are pickier than you would let on, and you don't want to settle for just some random person. So I feel like you guys are a little impatient about this, and you're like, why hasn't he come yet? Where is he? And it's like, because you wouldn't just be happy with like a Joe Schmo or a, I don't know, Joanna Schmo. You guys want the best of the best. You want someone who has their life on point. And because of that, it's taken a little bit longer, but I do feel like that door is going to be open. And for a lot of you guys, that may be a family, children, if that's something you want, or just a soulmate romantic relationship that's going to be super deep. That's what I'm getting, intuitive messages from from Spirit. I feel like for a lot of you guys, this is something that with Patience card, it's been maybe a long time coming. Maybe you've been single for a while, or you've been waiting on this. And it's almost like your heart had to be open in the right way. The things had to align also, because I do feel like this person, you know, the energy that's coming through is very disciplined kind of energy. And the King of Pentacles is like that, very down to earth. He's pretty, you know, kind of no nonsense. And I feel like you want someone who's strong, that you can really depend on. And I feel like that is the person that is going to be coming in. And it's almost like you guys might be able to go more into your High Priestess intuitive energy and kind of be more on the astral plane. Sometimes when we spend too much time on the astral plane, we can lose sight of those earthly things, like, oops, I forgot to pay that bill, or oops, I forgot that I didn't extend the insurance on my car, and now I have to deal with that. And so it's like sometimes we need that person that keeps us kind of grounded and takes care of that stuff, so we can kind of go off onto the astral plane and, you know, have fun up there. So I feel like for some of you guys, this is a community, this is a person, this is a situation where you guys are going to feel very at home and understood. I feel like a lot of you guys, you don't feel understood right now. You feel like you're surrounded with people that just don't get you, and you don't really like them either, is what I'm getting. And so it's like, I feel like you guys are impatient with this. You want it to happen like right now, but know that like that stuff is complicated and has to be aligned in the right way. So let's go into some of the other cards we got. We got Patience again and Gratitude. And that is so interesting. I never noticed that they have the same kind of bird. That looks like a stork to me. I could be wrong, but that definitely looks like a stork. You guys can see. So honestly, I feel like for some of you guys, if you are watching this pile hoping I'm saying you're going to be getting pregnant, I feel like that I'm definitely getting that for a lot of you guys. If you've been trying to get pregnant or start a family, I do feel like this will be a family. And I feel like that's going to bring you such a relief, and you're going to feel like you found your tribe, like you found your people, like you finally belong. There's a sense of belonging coming through for this pile as something you guys are manifesting, and it feels almost like someone letting out a breath. Like it's like you guys have felt alone for so long and misunderstood for so long, and finally you have the people that really support you and give you such strength. Like you can kind of be the best version of yourself because you're surrounded by these people, and I feel like you're coming across as so grateful and so happy for it. But with Patience coming through twice, it may be that like it doesn't happen overnight. A lot of times, like I said, if you're willing to settle for just anyone and you're just like, you just are desperately afraid of being lonely, so you'll take whoever, then yeah, that's easy for Spirit to manifest. They can bring you someone instantly in like 10 minutes. But if you want that person that is really that other half, that is really that soulmate, then that's a little more complicated. You know, they have to bring that person to you, and maybe they live in a different state, maybe they live in a different city, maybe they live across the city but they rarely go out. Maybe you're looking for someone who doesn't go out a lot. Maybe you don't want that party boy or that party girl. And so it's like, yeah, that's harder to align up. So they got to get you at the same coffee shop or bump into each other on the street or at the grocery store, wherever you guys are going to be going. So it's like, that's a little bit harder. Some of you guys also don't go out a lot, I feel. So, you know, that's a part of it. You got to go out and actually meet people and actually be open for this to come in. But I do feel like these doors are going to be lined up and aligned at the right moment. And this person is going to come in, and it's going to just be like, it's going to be such a sense of belonging and joy and happiness that you're going to have with this person. Like, I feel like there's just, and if you're already with your person, I feel like maybe you'll, again, start a family or have great friends that you really love. But again, it's just, the timing sometimes is complicated on things, but that doesn't mean it's not going to happen, or that, you know, like just get over it, get over this dream, like just be okay with being alone. No, it just means Spirit is doing something, and it's taking a little bit longer because, you know, it's kind of like I'm seeing the metaphor of someone baking something. Like if you're baking something really well, I am an impatient baker. I always like take like, if I'm baking something, which is gluten-free anyway, so it's like complicated baking gluten-free, but I always get so impatient, and I'm like, oh my God, because it takes longer with gluten-free stuff. And I like take it out of the oven early, and then I'm like, dang, I should have left this cake back in. And you can't put a cake back in after you took it out, I guess, because of like the baking powder or whatever. So I'm always taking cakes out of the oven early, or like, you know, my gluten-free, whatever I'm baking, banana bread or something out early. And then I'm like, this is not as good as it would have been if I had let it fully cook, if I had actually left it in for the full amount of time or for even longer. Because I don't know, like it just, the more, I feel like also like the more elaborate cakes, they take longer. Like on the Great British Baking Show, they have their showstopper challenge and they're given like 2 hours and they're always like racing around and there's always someone trying to do like the most incredible cake ever. And that person usually runs out of time because it's just not enough time, or they had to like plan out everything so precision that like they're doing a million stuff. And my point is that sometimes the best things take longer. Like if they had had 4 hours to do it, it probably would have been even better, because someone who's just baking a random like cake with cake mix from the store, you just throw everything together, put it in, it comes out in 40 minutes, throw some icing on the top and just eat it, and it's not going to be that pretty, it's not going to be a showstopper, right? But when you're trying to get a like gourmet incredible cake with like some macaron decorating the top and some meringue and like icing piped amazingly and layers, like 10 layers on the cake and different flavors, and just like a amazing show-stopping cake, like something out of a fairy tale book, that is going to take a minute. And so it's like, I feel like some of you guys, you just need to chill a little bit with this, because I feel like you're like, where is my person? Why aren't they coming in? And I feel like they are going to come in at the right time. And if you're trying to get pregnant or have a family, know that like this timing, you just got to have faith. You've got to also, part of it is continuing to have faith even when you feel down or even when things don't seem to be working out. When we stay asking Spirit for the same thing over and over, that shows Spirit and it shows our guides that we really want it. So they're like, okay, I really get it. Kind of like, you might give a Christmas gift or a birthday gift or a birthday list, Christmas list to your parents when you're little, and you might be like, I kind of want this. I don't really know. Oh, maybe this. And they're probably going to get you that stuff. But if they run out of time, they're not going to sweat it, right? They're going to be like, okay, well, she said she wanted like, I don't know, some kind of like hand cream from the store, I don't know, like scented lotion or some candles, but it didn't really seem like she cared that much, so we didn't have time to stop by the store, so whatever, like we'll just not get that. It's not going to be a big deal. But if there was some item that you were talking about nonstop all year long, like I really, really want a new bike, I want a bike so bad, or I want a dollhouse. That was what I asked for when I was little. As some of you guys know, my OGs know that story. They're gonna most of the time find a way to get you that, even if it takes a while, because y'all know I mentioned I had to wait 2 or 3, 4 years to get that dang dollhouse, but it was big when it came. It's like a huge dollhouse, and it's so massive that it's in my like parents' house and it's in the basement and it takes up so much space, and I could never like have it with me, even though I still love it, because it would take up like half my living room. Like it's really big. Dollhouses are big, like you'd be surprised. But anyway, so like so that took longer than any other gift I asked for. I asked for a bunch of other gifts, but that dollhouse, it was, my grandmother had it like custom made, so it was like modeled after our house, I guess, and it was beautiful. They like took a painting that we had over the fireplace and they commissioned a tiny version of that, so it was like really cool for me as a kid to see that. So anyway, my point is like when you're going all out on something, it takes time. Like I wanted that dollhouse immediately, but it was a beautiful dollhouse when it came, and yeah, it took a little bit longer, but sometimes those things, the more important they are, the bigger they are, the better they are, it takes a little bit longer. And it's like the more time and notice we can give our guides and say like, no, I want that, because I wouldn't give up on it. Every single year I was wanting that dollhouse because I always loved miniatures, fake food, miniatures, all that kind of stuff. So I knew that was all I wanted. That there was nothing else really. And it was like, because of that, I stayed on it year after year. They finally gave it to me. And so my point is when we ask for something once kind of meekly, like, oh, I just kind of want that, but no pressure, it's fine. They're going to be like, okay, they don't really care. Well, yeah, we'll try to make that happen if it comes to it. But when we continuously ask and give it to Spirit, not in like a desperate way, like, why haven't you brought it? But like a calm way, like, oh, and also, that cute guy that I know I said I wanted and I was specific with you about all the details, then that can have time for spirit to like, okay, I'm going to work on that. I'm going to put that together. They really want that. So make sure you guys are consistently asking for this in like a positive way. But yeah, this just might take a little bit of time for you guys. And I don't want you to think because it's taking time that it ain't happening. So we also got 8 of Cups, the Chariot, 9 of Pentacles, King of Cups, and 9 of Cups. So I feel like for you guys, you are maybe leaving something behind and not settling for it anymore. But I also see such forward momentum happening in your life, and possibly that the person coming in is going to be really loving and supportive. And I'm hearing get you a man who has it all. And it's like, you know, this guy, I love King of Pentacles, King of Cups combination. Like, because to me, that's someone who has their life in balance, very aligned with, you know, the groundedness that we need to succeed in life. You know, probably someone who's capable of doing taxes and cleaning and caring for that earth stuff, like, you know, managing their time correctly and paying their bills. And they figured out that ish. And also, if they are in King of Pentacles energy, they probably have some money. So that's always nice for all of us, right? Someone who is coming in there with a good financial situation. And then they're combining it with the King of Cups. So someone who is also very loving, very sweet, in tune with their emotions. Maybe they've been through therapy. They know how to have those tricky discussions and not burst into rage. They're emotionally grounded and balanced. And I feel like, so this is someone, yeah, like people have to really develop themselves to come into that energy at the same time. So I feel like the person that you're manifesting is someone who is going to bring so much to your life, and they're not necessarily a dime a dozen running around this world, right? Like, there's a lot of people that just haven't gone through the spiritual work, gone through a dark night of the soul energy, done that inward thinking that we need to really glow up into the best version of ourselves, unpacking childhood trauma. None of that stuff is fun, but it makes us grow so much. And I feel like your person has been through a lot of growth. But again, that's why you're like, where is he? Why hasn't it happened? Because these people are rare. And so when you're manifesting something rare, it takes more time. It's more special. It takes a little bit more extra effort. And so, yeah, they're getting you and this person aligned, but it is going to happen. And I feel like it's going to happen quick. Like, I feel like when you meet this person, suddenly y'all are going to be spending all your time together. You guys are going to be attached at the hip. You guys are going to be, you know, just spending 24/7 together, and you both are going to know because you both have been looking for each other. This person is also mature, so they're not going to be playing games and like, you know, waiting 3 days to text you back and being like, oh, hey, how are you? Oh, whatever, you know, trying to play it cool. They're going to be very mature, and they're going to approach this seriously. Like, I want you. I've been looking for you, and let's go. And so it's going to happen fast. It's going to happen quickly. And I also feel like you guys with 9 of Pentacles are manifesting some wealth of your own. So I feel like this is great because when you guys come into alignment, you're both going to have your finances on point. You're both going to have your life on point. You're both going to be very mature because, you know, also 9 of Pentacles is like mature energy. Like it's someone that's done the work, put in the work, and has figured out how to do that, and is very grounded. So I feel like you, when this person comes in, and we got 9 of Cups, so same, mirroring each other. Like we got, look, and they even came out right next to each other. King of Pentacles, 9 of Pentacles, King of Cups, 9 of Cups. So I feel like this is your energy. This is your person's energy. You're going to be mature as well. You're going to be emotionally grounded as well. You guys are both not going to be that emotionally chaotic couple, you know, that's always fighting. That's like, you're not going to believe what he did last night. You're not, well, she's lying. And, but like, you know, like when you tune into Jerry Springer and they're just arguing and screaming at each other, that's not going to be y'all. Y'all are going to be grounded, mature, kind, respectful to each other, decent. Like, I feel like it's just going to be an overall great relationship. So these things take time, you guys. So we got family, lighten your load, and well-being. So again, family, for those of you guys who want to create a family or want to have kids, I do feel like this is that. Definitely, I know some people want to be child-free for life, and of course, it's your life, your choice. You get to manifest whatever you want in this lifetime. It's your kind of video game, and you get to pick your player and pick whatever you want. So that's totally cool if that's what you guys want. Don't feel like because this came out, it's like you're gonna have to be forced to have kids or something. Of course not. But if you guys do want a family and do want to have kids, I feel like this is a definite indication that you will be able to, and that will be coming in with, I feel like a lot of y'all, this is a family, like a big, not saying like, but it's gonna feel, not saying you're gonna be like having like the Duggars, like 20 kids. But I feel like it's gonna feel big. It's gonna feel like a big supportive community to you. It's gonna give you so much emotional depth, even if you just have one child or no children or two children. It's gonna feel like you have this army behind you. It's gonna feel like you have this strength because a lot of you guys have felt alone for so long. And I feel like this takes a load off your mind. Like a lot of you guys, it's like, oh, I can finally relax. Okay, I found my person, because a lot of y'all are connected to soulmates on the astral plane, and it's like you have been searching for them. It feels like this task. I gotta find them. And so once it gets checked off, it's like, okay, I didn't even know I had anxiety because of that, but that was the source of my anxiety, and now it's gone. And it just feels so positive. It gives you a sense of well-being and overall relaxation that I feel like you guys have been a little bit on edge because you guys are nervous about making sure you find the right person and making sure they come to you. And that's why some of you guys have anxiety over this, is because you can feel your person in the astral plane. You guys are psychic with the High Priestess coming through and Moon coming through. So you know that you have a person on the other side. You probably connect with them on the astral plane and you're kind of panicked, like, I'm not going to find them. I'm going to run out of time. And it's like, that's not how soulmates really work. You guys are going to be lined up in the right place and in the right time. But it is important, if you guys have just been in full hermit mode, like never leaving your apartment or your house and just getting groceries delivered and never going out, yeah, that's going to make things a heck of a lot harder. So I would definitely say find a time to get out, go out, and maybe go out to eat or get drinks with someone or just something. Put yourself out there, you guys, because that will speed things way up. So we also got full moon in Cancer, let your fears dissolve, and last quarter moon in Taurus, be proud of yourself. So yeah, what I was talking about is like, you guys have fears that you're going to miss the boat on this, that you and your person are going to miss each other, and just relax. You guys are not. I definitely feel like this is the door that's going to be opening for you guys. This is going to be coming in. Put yourself out there though, but don't worry, like it is, and get yourself ready for it. Start expecting that. Start expecting and being aligned with the energy of like, I found my person. I'm so happy. Yay. I'm so in love. I'm so excited, because that will bring it in way faster. And I have to mention, Cancer and the moon are related to motherhood. So again, for a lot of you guys, I know there's going to be some child-free people watching this like, oh my God, stop talking about kids. But you know what? It's coming in really strong and really hot in this reading that a lot of y'all are going to be getting pregnant or having kids or giving birth or just starting a family with someone. So I feel like if that's something you guys want, then we got this mother energy coming in really strong. And interestingly, we just had that full moon in Cancer, I mean, depending on when you're watching, but as of when I'm filming this, like a week ago. So I feel like for you guys, this is going to be, you know, this might have related to like a recent change. Even if you're watching this, you know, 2 years from now, it may have been something that recently happened that kind of brought out that side of yourself that you might have had revelations, because that's what we get a lot of times from full moon, especially a full moon in Cancer, is like downloads about like our childhood or like family stuff that may still be affecting us. So, you know, I feel like there's a call to spirit to like do the work when it comes to unpacking, you know, maybe some of your dysfunctional ways of relating or stuff in your family that you didn't like, and just thinking about like, how do I want to improve that? How do I want to move away from that? I feel like a lot of you guys have done a lot of the work, and spirit is also saying like, be proud of yourself and acknowledge how far you guys have come and align yourself up with this, because a lot of you guys had maybe dysfunctional families and stuff, and you did the work and you have been researching, you know, dysfunctional family stuff or narcissism, or you've been trying to really break ancestral patterns of dysfunction, and you guys have been trying to become the best version of yourself. So you are manifesting this beautiful new life, and you're going to be so in alignment when it comes. So don't rush that process. You guys want to be both in King of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles, King of Wands, Queen, Nine of Cups, Queen. Did I say King of Cups? King of Cups, King of No, okay, I'm confusing myself. Mercury's in retrograde, you guys. It's over my Mercury, so yeah, excuse me for the tongue twisters. I can't say it, but you guys got what I was saying. You guys want to be in this alignment that we saw where you're both on point. So anyway, okay, so we got you're ready. Big happy changes and recovery. Wow. So yeah, it's like I feel like you guys have felt alone for so long, and you guys aren't going to feel alone any longer when this person comes into your life and this family is created. I do feel like you guys are ready, a lot of you guys, but just know that that timing is going to happen. So keep working on yourself in the meantime and be patient for it to happen, but it may come in quick for some of you guys. I do feel like you guys are going to be so joyful about this. Look at this lady. She looks like she just won the lottery or something. She's throwing confetti, and you know, she just looks, yeah, she looks kind of like moon goddess energy. So I feel like you guys, you know, you're going to be so ready to bring in this beautiful new life. You're going to have the relationship patterns developed of like knowing how to have those tough relationship things, like those tough discussions in relationships where you're like, you know, I know you want to move to X, but I don't really feel comfortable, and have those conversations that we need to have in a mature way. So like you're going to have those relationship skills that make a relationship so much easier. So is your person. You're both growing towards this. You're both kind of in recovery from, you know, getting over all those, you know, childhood dysfunctional stuff. It doesn't even have to be horrible, but all of us can carry unhealthy patterns with us of communication or just whatever. And I feel like you guys are growing so much. You guys are like doing the work, and your guides are so proud and happy for you, and they can't wait to align you with this person. But it's kind of like y'all are in school, you're going to graduate, you're going to be throwing your hands up in the air like this lady at the right time, and that's when your person will come in. So keep yourself high vibe in the meantime and stay really positive, because when this door opens, I feel like it's going to be that puzzle piece that you're just going to feel so joyful. You're going to have, like I said, a tribe, a community behind you. A lot of your children that you may be manifesting, you are divinely connected to already on the astral plane, I'm hearing. And so it's like they are meant and anointed to come into your life to give you that support. You guys are connected on the astral realm, know each other from maybe past lifetimes. And it's just it's going to be a beautiful, beautiful thing that adds so much joy to your life. So I am so happy for you guys. Pile 3, let me know if it resonated in the comments. I love hearing your stories, your thoughts, and everything. So let me know, and make sure to leave it a big thumbs up as well. And if you guys want to see more of my videos, make sure to subscribe over here, as well as you can check out my Patreon, link in my bio, and see more of the videos I post over there as well. But I am sending you guys so much love and light. Have an amazing day, guys. Bye. Hey, pile 4, so you guys picked 5 of Wands, 7 of Swords, the Hermit, 6 of Pentacles, Temperance, 9 of Cups, the Lovers, and the King of Wands. And your cards for the pick a card were Stranger Curiosity and Lost Compass, getting back to integrity. So I feel like for some of you guys, you have been surrounded in an energy of people who are fighting and possibly being very dishonest with you. With the 7 of Swords and 5 of Wands, you may have felt like it's almost like you can't do anything right because there's people around you who see the worst in you and who try to bring out the worst in you, and who are just kind of have it out for you. Like they are not being honest, they are not being genuine. They may even try to use money to control you with the 6 of Pentacles, and it may be a situation that you feel really stuck in and just like, wow, I just feel so out of alignment with my destiny. What am I doing? There may even be a desire or a feeling like you want to just retreat, get away from the world and away from relationships. Like, you know what? I'm just never going to trust again because people can't be trusted. Everyone kind of is out to get me, and that's just how it goes. And I do feel like you guys are going to be having a lot of emotional fulfillment coming in with the 9 of Cups. You guys are going to be really happy about this door opening. It feels like emotionally, you know, that your cup is overflowing. The 9 of Cups is such a positive card. And I feel like, you know, as well, we have the Lovers and the King of Wands. So I'm wondering if this is a very sexy individual who will come in as a soulmate and have a relationship with you. I do feel like this could be a romantic connection. And what's really interesting is these blessing cards are all separated from these kind of not so great cards with Temperance. So it may take a little bit of time, and it may have, I feel like Spirit is saying, like, be patient, because we are working this out. There is karma at play as well on both sides, where people who are being, cruel to you or nasty to you will get karma, and you will get blessed because of how badly they treated you. So don't be upset about it, and don't be like getting down in the dumps. Keep your compass and your focus aligned with what you want. Don't let them take you off track, because sometimes that can be what these dysfunctional people do. The damage they cause is that they take us out of alignment with our destiny, our special destiny and focus. And I feel like for a lot of you guys are manifesting a life with someone you're going to love so much, and of just a lot of abundance and bounty, possibly financial abundance as well. And you're going to be really happy with it. I feel like this is going to be someone new coming in with stranger curiosity. So it feels like if you've been in hermit mode, that you are going to have your trust restored. This person is going to, make you believe in love again, make you believe in relationships, make you believe in connection again. So your heart may have been closed off. You may have been kind of out of alignment with yourself, but you're going to head back to it. And I feel like you're going to be so overwhelmed by the beauty of this connection. I think there are some of you guys who have closed yourself off a little bit, like you haven't been going out, you haven't been open. A lot of you guys may have been like, you know what, I'm just taking a break. I'm not emotionally getting invested in these people, or I'm not going out at all. And I do feel like, that is going to be a door opening with just the right person and just the right kind of relationship that you're going to be like, oh my God, this person was so worth waiting for. So let's get more cards, you guys. So we got Dragonfly Spirit Change, Wolf Spirit Family, and Storm Spirit Chaos. So I feel like some of you guys have been in very chaotic energy. I feel like a lot of the people around you, this may have been at work as well, or it may be from your family. But I feel like you have had people around you that have been very chaotic energies themselves. Like they may have fighting in all their relationships. It may not even be about you. It may be about, them and their really unhealthy patterns of relating, and the fact that they often have conflict with a lot of people. There's a term called high conflict individuals that is made to talk about people that are just always fighting. It's like they're always having a bust up with someone. They're always having dysfunction going on. A lot of it is like because of childhood trauma they never addressed or whatever, but it's like, don't take this personally, and don't let this make you guys turn yourself off of like, I'm gonna go hide away in hermit mode. I can't trust anyone. No, you can't trust these people, and that's true, but you can trust lots of other people. Other people are sweet, kind, loving, and it may be feel hard to find people at times, but we are not put on this planet to be like solitary individuals totally alone. Just like a wolf needs their tribe, like we need to have people that give us love and support and make us feel good and make us laugh, and that's an integral part of being human. So I feel like there's going to be a door opening with new friends, new relationships, possibly that new soulmate love coming in, and it's going to be a major change for you guys, because some of you guys have been very convinced that like it's not getting better, that this is just, you're just kind of a lone wolf type person. You're just not cut out for relationships, or like everyone just screws me over and I just never have any blessings. And I feel like that is going to shift your mindset. You're going to realize that you deserve it just as much as anyone else. And if anyone else deserves to have a happy family, so do you. Why do you think like you are exempted from that? Why do you think that like, oh, that's for them, but I don't deserve that? So I feel like there is just a major mindset shift. Can't talk because Mercury's in retrograde. Mindset shift coming in for you guys that's going to change everything and really alter how you approach things. I feel like this is just going to make you realize that like life is supposed to be good. I feel like some of you guys have this mindset and attitude that life is just hard and nothing works out and everyone's mean, and I totally understand that. I don't mean to like make light of it, because some people go through some really hard times, but life is not supposed to be like that. The 9 of Cups is all about enjoying life. Look at this guy, he's having fun, he's having a drink, he's having a great old time. And so it's like, I feel like you guys are going to see also the joy in life and actually like stop and smell the roses energy. Like you're going to be like, I love my life, I love my yard, my roses are in bloom and they smell so good. Or I love my car, I just got this car, it's brand new, it's state of the art, and I absolutely love the heated seats. Like, or I love my workout gear, like I just got the cutest workout outfits, and they're so like, this is just someone that loves life, is just happy and blissful. So I feel like you guys are once you see some of these blessings come in with the people Spirit is going to bring into your life, you're going to realize that this narrative you created in your mind for yourself, where you just don't deserve nice things, everyone else gets them but not me, I'm just going to be okay with like being alone and like things not working out and whatever, that's totally false, totally wrong. You guys got it wrong. Error button. Like, no, that's incorrect. You guys deserve so much happiness, you know, just as much as, if not more than anyone else. So we also got first quarter moon in Scorpio, release your blocks. First quarter moon in Virgo, assess the situation. And last quarter moon in Pisces, talk less, feel more. I feel like this is kind of like the narrative you guys have created yourself. Like, stop telling yourself this stuff, because I feel like some of you guys, you do talk to yourself about, like, I don't know, something like, people can't be trusted, or relationships don't work out for me, or like, I just never meet the right kind of person, or like, people always stab me in the back, or no one likes me, something like that. I don't know, some negativity here, like in how you speak to yourself. And you know, our words are powerful manifestation abilities, so be careful about the words you speak out loud, and also the words you think. And so every time your brain tells you something like, oh, well, I'm just not that smart, or like, I'm just so bad at relationships, immediately identify it and turn it around and talk back to yourself. Whether it's quiet, like if you're in a crowded room, you might not want to like start talking out loud to yourself because people might think you're a little crazy. But you know, if you're in private, you could speak out loud. Whatever you have to do works. But say to yourself, like, I'm not bad at relationships. I am great at relationships. With the right person, I am going to find my tribe, and I'm going to be doing so great. People love me. The right people will love me. And I can't wait to meet those people, and they're going to be so much fun, and I'm going to have such a great time with them. You know what I mean? Or I'm really not that smart. Like, this person's way smarter than me. I'm really smart at the things I'm good at. In my lane, you know, I'm great at it. Like some of you guys, I don't know, maybe you have ADHD or something, and maybe there have been people that have stereotyped you as like, oh, like you're scatterbrained and you're not smart. But ADHD people can be some of the most smart people on the planet and have a super high level of intelligence, and they just, you know, they're not necessarily cut out for like sitting in a cubicle all the time, but they have a super high intelligence when they run their own business, or they can, you know, make their own schedule or whatever. Maybe they're not the best at like organizing files, but they're really good at creativity. And people who are really creative can make a lot of money from that. They can be inventors and stuff. So whatever this is, it's like, turn the negative self-talk around, turn it into a positive, because I feel like you're going to have positivity coming into your life, but part of it is contingent on how you speak to yourself and the things you say to yourself. Because I feel like these doors are going to be opened at the right time, and there's going to be people that see the best in you that bring that out. But this is an overall life glow up I'm seeing for you guys, with money, with love. I feel like some of you guys could be hugely successful. I am seeing like inventors, creators, business owners in this pile. Like, I feel like there are some of you guys who don't fit into the conventional 9-to-5 workplace, and that is something you have taken personally. Like, oh, I'm such a loser, I can't believe I got fired from this job. Well, maybe that's a blessing. Maybe that spirit making you uncomfortable, so you reach the point where you're like, that's it, you know what, I've had this idea for a product, you know, running around in my mind, and I just got fired from another job. I have nothing left to lose. I'm just going to start it. I don't care, even if it fails, whatever. And once you get, sometimes when we're too like comfortable, we don't want to make those leaps. So spirit will make us uncomfortable and make us unable to fit in the things that other people do. So someone else might be able to maintain a 9-to-5 job, and that's fine for them, right? But that might be as far as they go because they're comfortable there. And so sometimes when spirit makes us uncomfortable, or we have a bunch of failures and losses, we can take it like, oh, so I'm a dummy, or I'm not that smart, or no one likes me. And it's like, no, it's because you're not supposed to settle here. You're supposed to keep going. This is not your promised land. It's like, you're not supposed to like make a home in the desert with nothing around you and no source of water. You're supposed to build a home on like a verdant, beautiful place with like a spring and lots of, you know, I don't know, vegetation and fertile ground for you to plant in. You know what I mean? So this might not be fertile ground for you. That doesn't mean that there's something wrong with you. And I feel like you guys have to have that mentality of knowing that, like, things that people that come against you, or people that don't see the beauty in you, they're not the final decider. God is the final decider on these things. God makes the decisions of who gets to advance and who doesn't. So they might have a say over you in the temporary moment of like, okay, you're, demoted, or like you're penalized because you showed up late again, or something like that. Or, I don't like how you spoke to that customer. So, and it might have been that you were trying to be nice. You're talking to the customer extra long, spending extra time with them. And they're like, you're not supposed to spend that long with customers on the phone or something. I don't know. But it's like, I feel like some of the reasons y'all have had bad luck is because of your strengths and blessings that are going to work out for you later. Like later on, you're going to be like, people are going to be like, oh my God, my favorite thing about this company is like the president, the owner is so personable. They're so sweet. I had a problem with a product and they got on the phone with me for 30 minutes and they talked me through it, and like they were so nice. And so I definitely want to buy more of this. Like, you know what I mean? And people read that and they're like, oh, that's awesome that this company is so nice. So it's like things that may work against you now, I feel like in the future, you're going to see so many blessings because of it. It's often our pain where we see the most blessings, like the Rumi quote, the pain is where the light comes in. And it's really true, because the pain is often the thing that makes us stand out, right? Like the kid being teased in class because they're nerdy is the same kid that goes on to like invent something, or to be a rocket scientist, or to start a tech business and become like a billionaire, or the girl who gets kind of ostracized because she's super artistic and she's always drawing and she doesn't dress normal like other people. She kind of dresses outside the box, and people are like, oh, that's so lame, like why are you dressing like that, you're weird. And then they go on to become a famous artistic director. I always say that, like Rihanna, if you look at Rihanna, I love her style, but if you saw a girl, like so many people that like will praise Rihanna to Kingdom Come will also be the same person that if they saw a girl like that walking down the street, they'd make fun of her. They'd be like, what is she wearing? Oh my God, she's crazy. Does she think that looks good? That's horrible. They would never appreciate that in real life because they're more closed-minded. Now that the culture at large has recognized Rihanna as an icon of fashion, everyone else is going to fall in line, right? But most of the time, when you're the first to do something, people aren't going to see it like that. They're not going to be clapping for you. They're going to only clap for you once everyone else does. And I do feel like Rihanna went through a period where people were like, okay, she dresses weird. And then people started realizing that like, no, this is really cool. And she has this distinctive style. And sooner or later, everyone fell in line. But don't let the people that can't see the vision hold you back. You know what I mean? Because there's always going to be people that don't get it. And if they don't get it, they don't get it. And they never will. They might pretend at a certain point like, yeah, I love it. Rihanna looks great. Yeah, no, she's awesome. But they probably inside are like, what the heck? Why is everyone praising her? And maybe they have, honestly, a more boring sense of style. They don't get the art that someone is trying to do. So I'm not trying to like, be down on anyone if they don't dress like Rihanna. Like, obviously I understand like her looks are a lot to pull off and everyone has different fashion. But my point is that not everyone's supposed to get you. I always say, like, not everyone likes caviar. So don't let the negativity these people are trying to put on you get to you, because I feel like you guys have a really strong destiny. So we got passion, spirit guide, life purpose, strength, and courage. And this is what I was talking about. Like, I feel like for some of y'all, this is a life purpose moment. This is about you guys finding the courage to pursue what makes you you, the courage to be yourself, because there's something so special about you. And I feel like some of your spirit guides, they have been putting you through this, trying to kind of turn up the heat a little bit with you. They wanted you guys to go through some of this stuff as a way to push you into your purpose. So like, I keep getting the metaphor of like someone that gets fired from their telemarketing job and they're just like, okay, I know this is so stupid, but I had this idea for a special kind of bicycle or something, and they're like, I'm just gonna build it, and it becomes like a huge business or something like that. Like, I feel like there's something about your life purpose that has to do with your passion. Maybe this is something that people ostracize you for. Maybe you like to write and people are like, oh, that's like, you're spending all your time writing, you're never gonna get that published, what are you doing? Or like you really read a lot of sci-fi, that's pretty lame. Really, you're into like science fiction, that's that's so nerdy or something. I don't know. And you're going to become a best-selling sci-fi novelist. I just feel like there's something about this that like there's something that you guys have felt tugging at your spirit, but you haven't wanted to fully lean into it because you guys have been I'm hearing like censored by other people. Like it's like there's been people that have really looked down on this or have thought you were weird or different, or they haven't been about you. And it's like good, because they're not supposed to get it. Because if they got it, you wouldn't be your special essence of yourself that can only do, like, you have this destiny that only you can pull off. And that's because it makes you unique, and that's why they don't get it. So I just think there's this really strong message, and a lot of this stuff that happened to you, it was supposed to happen to strengthen you. It made you guys strong. A lot of you guys have been through stuff, so you don't take things for granted. And I also feel like passion could have to do with that King of Wands, someone coming in who's like obsessed with you. I feel like this person, again, there's so much insecurity in y'all where you're like, yeah, I'm just weird or I'm different. I always like laugh and think of that like Riverdale quote, I think, where he goes like, I'm weird, I'm a weirdo, I wear a beanie. But it's kind of funny, but like it's coming to my mind, like maybe there is something you guys are insecure about. Like, I am weird, I am a weirdo. And it's like this person's gonna love that part of you. They're not gonna think it's weird, they're not gonna use that word. They're gonna be like, oh my gosh, did you know they're the only one who can do this? Or like, isn't that so cool and unique? Isn't that special? They're not gonna call it weird, they're gonna think it's special, unique, awesome. So yeah, keep doing you, like lean into yourself. So we also got 10 of Swords, 2 of Cups. So again, this soulmate coming in really strong. 6 of Pentacles, 2 of Wands, 5 of Cups, and the Star. Wow. Oh my God, so positive. So like, I feel like with the Star, again, this has made you guys stand out of the crowd, and that has made you insecure because you're like, why do I always have to get attention? Why do people always stare at me? Or why do I always become the center of like this like jealous energy in my office? Why are all my coworkers always so mean to me? Why do I always have friends that kind of stab me in the back? Because y'all are the Star. Y'all are this beautiful lady who is supposed to be the center of attention. That is your gift. You guys are this special person who has so much to offer this world. And I feel like it's like part of you guys you've looked at that as a negative when it's only a positive. And I get why you have, because it's been treated as a negative by so many people. They have tried to make you feel ostracized, tried to make you feel different, tried to make you feel like you're weird and like you're off and there's something wrong with you. When the reality is it's because they don't get it, and they're never supposed to. They'll get it in the end when you guys reach this huge success that I see you guys heading towards. They'll get it in the end when you're at 9 of Cups energy and you guys have accomplished so much and you have your soulmate and this beautiful life, and they're looking at your Instagram like, oh my God, how did they get all this done? How did they do this? Why did they have a dream life? What the heck? And they're probably going to be jealous and mad about it, and good, because they're not supposed to get it. They're never going to get it, and that's okay. But they will have to stand there and watch while you get awards and while you guys get recognition. And that's supposed to be how it's supposed to go down. So I know it doesn't really make sense, and it stinks when someone is hating on us, but take it as a compliment that this person is hating on you. And one of my favorite quotes that I say a lot from Kanye, let the haters hate and watch the money pile up. Yeah, I think that's it. I don't know if that's exactly right, but and if they hate, then let them hate and watch the money pile up. That's the quote. So yeah, that's why he's the songwriter, not me. That's a lot prettier rhyming than I said. But I feel like for you guys, this is leaving something behind, leaving behind a stuck situation, moving into your destiny. And I also think it's going to bring you guys a lot of wealth. With the 6 of Pentacles, I feel like there may have been people that you had to tolerate or put up with because you needed the money from it. Even just like a workplace situation, like, oh, I can't quit my job because I need this paycheck, even though my coworkers are a bunch of haters. I have to stay here. But sooner or later, y'all are going to be the ones giving money. Y'all are going to be the ones that maybe have people working underneath you, that people are relying on you for their paycheck. But you guys are going to be that nice boss, that kind, sweet boss, because of how you guys have been through. And that's part of the preparation, is because Spirit wanted to align you with like this empathy energy, so that when you get the power, when you get the success and the money, you're going to be someone who uses it kindly, wisely, generously, sweetly, nicely, not who's like mean mean and dogmatic and forcing everyone to fall in line and conform to what they want. And then we have the Two of Cups. So I do think for a lot of you guys, this is a soulmate relationship that's going to be so beautiful and just going to come in and like transform things for you. Like, I feel like you guys are going to be so connected with this person. They are like your biggest fan. Like, I just feel like they're like obsessed. I keep getting that, like obsessed. I'm hearing Mariah Carey, why are you obsessed? And she says, why are you so obsessed with me? And so it's like, that's what this person's going to be obsessed. And they just love you. They're like, oh my God, I'm seeing a cheerleader, like your biggest fan. They really just think everything you do is awesome. And all the things that other people were like, that's weird. You do that? Oh, that's kind of, I don't know about that. They're going to be like, did you know they're a really good artist? Did you know this person's so good at math? Did you know that they are really compassionate and they talk to people on the phone for 30 minutes, even though they're told to only talk to them for 5? Like, they love these things about you that you may have been punished for or people didn't like about you. So final cards we got, there's something better, if you believe, abundance and recovery. So there's going to be a lot of healing in this energy coming in this door opening that's going to bring you this beautiful relationship and this success. It's going to be healing to your soul because you're going to be like, wow, all those things that I wished I could change about myself, that I was like, why am I always doing this? Why am I so XYZ? Is going to be what brings you the abundance. And then you're going to be so grateful for it. And it's going to make you heal yourself, make you feel full of self-love. Like, wow, I'm special. I can't believe I am XYZ. I'm so awesome because of that. So it's going to go from a negative to a positive, and that's going to bring you guys so much healing. I feel like Spirit wants you to know that all the downfalls you're having now, all the negatives that are happening now are going to bring you something better, are going to bring you this abundance. It's going to bring you positivity, but it is dependent on you guys believing and staying positive and keeping yourself aligned with this. Instead, when someone tries to make you feel bad, like, well, you really talk a lot. Why are you always talking to everyone? Well, because I'm an extrovert and I'm really positive and I have a positive energy and I love to share it with people. And yeah, I love people and that's great. Isn't that a good thing? And even if you don't say that to them, I mean, you don't have to answer to these people. You can just be like, I don't know. Anyway, weren't you working on something? Maybe get back to that. I gotta go. You know, you can only be so petty in the workplace, but you know, but to yourself, turn it around. If they say like, oh gosh, well, did you put on a lot of makeup? Oh my God, why are you getting dressed up at the workplace? You can tell yourself, because I'm in my Venus energy, I look beautiful. I look amazing. I'm sorry you're mad about that, but that's something special about me. I look gorgeous and you're just going to have to deal with it. You know, if someone's mad at you about something, reframe it into a positive. Don't let this seep into your soul because they don't get it and they never will and it's not for them and that's that. So it's just like if you have a caviar at a party and someone's like, oh, I hate caviar. Okay, then you don't get it and it just gets passed around, but it's the most expensive food in the world. So if you don't get it, then other people are happy to have it. So I don't know. I just feel like the message for you guys is to stay positive. Really accept that you guys have this beautiful soul, an important destiny, and it's going to bring you so much abundance, and you guys are being lined up for that. So these temporary setbacks, recognize them as what they are, which is putting you in alignment for something so much better that's going to bring you so much joy. And this beautiful soulmate who is really, I'm seeing them with like pom-poms, just like cheering, like woohoo, they love everything you do. So I think that's going to be so healing for you guys. So I really hope that helped you guys. Let me know if it resonated in the comments. I love hearing your stories, your thoughts, your opinions, everything. So drop them in the comments and make sure to give it a big thumbs up. And if you want to see more videos of mine, make sure to subscribe to this channel. And you can also check out my Patreon, which I have the link in my bio. So check that out as well if you want to see more. But I am sending you guys so much love and light. I hope you guys have an amazing day and I'll see you next time. Bye.